All right, me and Carter's gonna put a axe together here. Now, I showed this. This has been a while since I've shown anything with this. And it was a video from, I think, back near the end of last summer or the beginning of last fall. And I went to my mom's to borrow an axe because I had left the Fiskars at home. I don't think I had an axe with me. And he gave me a few different ones, and this was one of them, and I was calling it Tommy because it looks like a tomahawk. Let me see if I see any names on this. You can tell it's been pounded on the back. See that? Many of these old axes have. But anyways, there it is. See there. And what I'm going to use it for is I'm going to go chop that big sycamore down. And so I've got a double bit, the new one that I hung here recently. I'm going to test it because that really tests them when you chop with them like that. It's pretty hard on them. So I'm going to use it. I'm going to use this one. This is one of those handles, and I actually really like how they did with this handle. There's the palm swell on it, the end there. The wood's beautiful. You see they've got some kind of shine on it. And then it comes with a wedge. But these are the ones that I get from the flea market. I also got this billet here. This is sycamore. I plan to make an axe handle with this later. I got that off that sycamore slab, a piece of it. And I wanted to show these two as well. I know this is kind of off topic, but my mama, my dad's mom, go close that door. She was real good at carving. She did this. It's a bear. She carved that. Then put a stain and varnish on it. It says right here on the bottom, 1997. So I would have been 5. I was born in 1992. But I really like that she's really good at carving. Her mother was the same way. Her name was Mary. She was my great-grandmother. She gave me that when I was a little boy. I remember it. I was about Carter's age, probably 9 or 10, maybe younger. And she said, I want to give you this to remember Mama by. And she gave me that. She carved that. Look how good that is. She gave me that a long time ago. Has her initials on it. Mary Elizabeth Weiss. And then she did this one too, and this one's really good, but it's got some pieces off of it. This is actually my dad's. He left it here when he stayed with me for a while. But look at the detail in that. That may be cedar. I'm not sure because see the different colors in it here. But she did a really good job. Look at the detail in that thing. As I said, it's kind of chipped in places. I hate that it's like that. Just, I don't know, while Dad had it other years, maybe that happened. But she did a really good job. That one is also 97. Both of those were in 1997. But yeah, she did really good with it. They were both very skilled at carving, whittling like this, carving, and they called it whittling. And she had like a little knife, little bitty metal handle that held like a real sharp razor blade. I remember seeing her doing it when I was a little boy. They had a wood shop, and my papaw would, in that wood shop, would like carve out or cut out the shape for Mama with the saws, and then she would do the carving. She was really good at it. She did a lot of crafts. And when we'd have the festival here in Kentucky, the biggest festival in Kentucky called Kentucky Court Days, there's people from all over the world that would come to it. I remember going as a little boy, and they would set up a booth there, and she would sell her birdhouses and stuff like that. Lots of people came through Kentucky back then. I don't know that it's as big nowadays as it used to be, but it used to be when I was a little boy. It was a huge festival. Hundreds and hundreds of tents in downtown Mount Sterling, and people would set up booths. They'd sell guns, they'd sell knives, they'd sell clothes, they'd sell food, crafts, about all you could think of, really. You could go there and find it. So it was really interesting. But now this has the handle broke off in it too, so I'm going to have to get that out. So I'll start with my drill.
Isn't that wedge?
I don't know. I think it's wood, but I don't know. It might be metal. I don't know if this wedge in this head is metal, but look at that. It almost looked like it's metal, the wedge. See if I can get that to focus, if it would. Anyways, it looks like it's maybe got metal in it. Not sure though.
You guys need to use that wedge.
What in the world, that does look metal.
Is it?
Yeah, I believe that's, I think I've heard of aluminum wedges. Look at this. I think that's like an aluminum wedge or something. I've never seen one, and I've never used one, or like a big long one like that. Yeah. I believe that's aluminum. Yeah, actually. Oh yeah, that's metal. Wow. Had no idea.
Oh, we'll keep that. We'll use it.
So that's definitely a metal wedge. I had no idea. It looked wood. It was so dirty. But that's, it looks like it's aluminum or something. I don't know. I've never had one like that. So, yeah. Oh, that came out easy.
Well, that was
I've never had one come out that easy.
perfect.
Never. I just hit it a few times. Look at that, though. That's got an aluminum wedge. No telling how old this axe is. This was laying around on a farm where my mom lives. But I guess that's aluminum wedge. I've never seen one like that. Never have. Yeah, wow. Wow. Yeah, I've never seen one like that. I mean, to me, that's interesting. Look, you can definitely tell it is aluminum. Now, see there?
Hey, want to get the
See it?
small?
That way you can see that. That's an aluminum wedge or something.
Small to it.
See that? I've never seen one like that. Never have.
Wow.
I didn't realize it. You know, I started drilling down in it, and then I realized, wow, that's metal. That came out easier than any axe that I've ever worked with before. You know, when the handles broke off in there, that came out easier than any one I've ever done in the past. So that's always nice for sure.
Easy.
I'll take that all day. I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna keep this just for the wedge later. Use that wedge later.
Wow.
Get that out of the way. Get this handle ready now. Get the tape off of it. Thing is too, these are cheap handles, you know, compared to other places. In my opinion, like this is $7.29 for this handle.
Yep.
I'm gonna buy a bunch of them probably, honestly, just to test them out. I think honestly they're made out of different types of wood and stuff. This is pretty solid. I'm hoping this is hickory. They do a good job making them. Whoever makes them, they actually do a good job as far as the shape and everything goes. I just don't know what the material is for sure on them. As I said, I've got some from there before that they look completely different. You know, they don't all look hickory. One of them looked like spalted maple. Another one was like a reddish color. They may be in my older videos even. Look at me, good old sody pop. It's hot out here, ain't it?
Yeah.
It's hot in this building. I'm sweating just standing here.
Yeah, it's 100% metal in it.
Yeah, I think it's aluminum. I never had one. I never had aluminum wedge like that. Right there, that is.
Huh?
Got the wedge off and everything. It's a little rough up top, but it's actually a pretty nice little handle, really. I like that flea market. I love going to flea markets, period. Anyways, that one's a really nice one.
Cat.
Huh?
Cat.
What?
Cat up there, see it?
Yeah. Kitty. Okay, there's where that's sliding down to. You know what? I may try to drive that down a little bit. With the old rubber mallet here. Just digging in. Or remove a little bit of material here. I think this is going to be an easier fit than the double bit that I did.
Really?
All right, watch yourself. Watch yourself, little boy. Don't want you to get height. Don't want you to get height yet now, boy.
Oh, my apple.
Man at work, you know. Now I'm just using this little rasp here too. Little Jorgensen rasp. Not the best rasp at all. but it works. Gets the job done. Huh? A rasp? That's a file. Gonna remove a little bit at a time. It's already going on easier. Just removed a little bit with that rasp is all. Definitely rubbing in the front there. Yeah, them little baby birds. They birds all throughout this building have been hatching babies off. I like it. They're like up in the eaves of the building here. One thing I don't like about cats, I have cats and I like them because they're good for getting mice and stuff like that. We have 4 cats. But I don't like them getting the birds or the wildlife period. Like they kill the toads around here, the birds. I put in a little goatfish pond a while back, just a little one. And we stopped yesterday at a pet store and got some goatfish in Mount Sterling. And I put them in there. I'm just kind of worried those cats will try to get them.
Cats do like fish.
Huh?
Cats do like fish.
Yep, they do. All right. All right, there's where we're at so far. I'm gonna try to get down to here, you know, down to the shoulder. That way it's a good tight fit. It's already fitting tight though. See, that's what you want now. I don't understand. I mean, and I've known that this whole time when I hang axes. I know the basic things to them, you know. I knew that needed to be filled in. I just didn't know why once I got to that point, it was so the gaps were in it. But I'd never used one either with gaps like that. Now I learned the hard way. Take it from me. Don't use them like that. If you see my video, you can get killed or kill somebody else by accident or hurt really bad, either one. See how tight that's fitting already? See it digging into the handle? That's what you want. As many of you men on there who are much more experienced than me with making these axes know. But for the ones who don't know, you want your axe head, the eye of your axe, to be full of material, very tight. So just gradually take off. And so soon I plan to get a trooper handle and see if that was me that did that by taking off too much material, or if those trooper handles are just too thin like that. Because the one that I did for Daniel was the same way, and I may have just done both of them like that. I may have just removed too much material. Very well may be the case. But I do want to figure that out. See here though where we're digging in? Right there, right there. See over here, there, and even a little bit here on the front. So that's where I'm going to try to remove a little more material on that. Just gradually remove some with this rasp. There's a lot of good footage on there of other guys doing this. That's how I've learned, really. Really enjoy it. Even watching somebody hang an axe. I don't know why, but I enjoy it. Really enjoy it. When you do these things, it makes it more enjoyable too when you watch people, because you kind of know how it is and stuff. You know a little more about it. And sometimes it can make you really respect them for how well they're doing at it, because you know how some things can be challenging and stuff to that nature. Alright. Yeah, it is humid in this building. It's hot in this building. I'm going to have to put me a little air conditioner in or something, maybe. I don't know. See, it's starting to go on much easier now. Did you see that? Thinking about just driving it on from here if I can, see where we're at anyways. Still not quite where I want to get to. I'm gonna try to get down to that shoulder. There's where we're at. Here's where we're at. Getting close. I still want to go down further. See the material there where it's digging in? I want to go, if I can, right down to that shoulder. And of course I can, it just takes time, but that's where I'm trying to get to. Pouring sweat in here. Look at that brow. Just sitting in here putting an axe together. Standing in here putting an axe together. Check out this old axe handle too. This is an old, somebody painted it green, but this is like an old vintage style. I think that's a fawn's foot, if I'm not mistaken, isn't it? Somebody can tell me. I think it's what they call that. It's sort of a thinner handle. It's got that head on it. It's an old axe head as well. Got that one not too long ago from somebody that I know. But what I was going to do was use that handle there as like a template to do some more handles, because it's like a thinner handle. You see, it's quite a bit thinner than this one.
Thinner.
You probably can't tell from this, but anyway, it's a little thinner than that one. They're kind of similar. Those are actually kind of similar. I think we're good right there. All right, I've got it where I want it now. And it is tight all the way around, very tight, as it should be. See how it's digging in there? Just got to cut that off and drive the wedge in. It's actually a pretty nice little handle, really. I like it. Just hope it holds up good. That's the thing. What is it made out of? So I do not know. What I'm going to do, though, I'm going to go ahead and just drive my wedge home. Put a little bit of glue down in here. Then on the wedge itself,
Hey, Dad.
Huh?
Where's your first knife? That knife that you bought? The first one?
Mm-hmm.
Is that that one and use the new one that you bought.
Oh, good. Where'd you find that one?
What, this one?
Yeah, the new one.
Mom had it. And then this one I found over there in that bucket where we play.
Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and drive this wedge for now.
Okay.
Alright, I've got glue down in here. And now I'm just gonna go ahead. Actually, that wedge may be a little too wide. Yeah, it is.
Why would they make a wedge that's too wide for
It's better too wide than not wide enough.
Yeah.
So that's fine. Not a big deal. So what I'm gonna do with it is just get my knife here, place on the top, get me old
Rubber mallet.
rubber mallet,
And chip some wood.
chip a little piece off of it.
That's perfect, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Actually works good, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. See how well that fits. I think that'll do better.
Yep.
You want it to be tight. See what I mean here with how wide it is? I want it to fill in the front there and then the back as well. And I believe we're pretty good right there where we're at. Start it with this rubber mallet. I'm definitely gonna have to, what I'm gonna have to do here with the handle sticking up so far above, you see I was only able to drive the wedge down that far. So I'm gonna get my saw and cut off a little bit here and a little bit there and leave the wedge and then drive the wedge on down in. What I'm gonna do, I'll probably cut it off, go ahead and cut it to about where I want it to be. The handle itself, I mean, and then that way I can get it out of the way to where I can hammer that wedge on down in there, because right now it's nowhere near as far as it needs to go. There we go. See there? Now I've got that side off.
Now we just need to do the other side.
To where I can hammer that wedge on down once I get the other side, I mean. So let's try to even that other side up with it. Let's go about right there. There we go. Yeah, I didn't want to cut through the wedge because I need to drive it quite a bit more. But as you see now, I can drive that wedge on down in there.
Here's an axe head on an axe head. Here's an axe to make an axe.
See there?
Completely
I can just sand it down. As I said, it's tied all the way around. It's actually D'ing in all the way around pretty much, really.
I know where some sandpaper is.
There we go. I think I got a little glue on it. Won't hurt nothing. And once it dries, it comes right off. I just peel it off then. That's a good hang right there. It's hung good. I need to do a little cleaning up down here with the knife still. I did a little bit, but I need to do a little more. It's a tight fit all the way around. As I said, it needs to be cleaned up a little bit right there, but it's very tight. See if I can show that at all. There's no gaps. There's no gaps. Still needs to be cleaned up a little, as I said. Need to get a knife and clean that off. But other than that, this thing's ready to go. That axe is hung and ready to go to work. I like the kind of charting the handle and like the bottom portion of it. I like that look a lot myself. Let's see what we got here. So there it is. Old axe that sat around on the farm. Now it's functional and ready to go. Need to clean this up here some. Sand the handle down. Got a little bit more to do and I'll be done with this thing. A little more to do.